that in Georgia, when we talk to voters, and we strip away the party affiliations, the D's and the R's, when we strip those things away, most Georgians have progressive values. Most Georgians want a fully funded education system. Most Georgians want to have their kids in school for a full school year. A lot of the issues that the Republicans have found themselves championing right now are completely out of step with most voters. They're on a crusade right now to put guns on every college campus. There's not a single college president in Georgia who wants guns on their campus. Another issue that we believe they may come out of the gate on in this next session is it's called a personhood amendment. I don't know if you know what a personhood amendment is, but it would put on the ballot to change the Constitution to say that at conception, a sperm and an egg would have full human rights, and so the mother would no longer have any choice at any point during the pregnancy. Only 6% of the people in Georgia that we polled, and I've seen other polls, believe that personhood amendment should become law. Only 6%. The people who are running the government are responsible for strangling it and then blaming the government all at the same time, and it doesn't work. And the voters in the state are waking up to that fact. They're realizing that you can't put people into office who only run against government. You can't do that. Government is for all of us. It's for the big things that we can't do by ourselves. It's for the big things that our churches can't do when we all group together in churches and communities of faith and in civic groups. Government is for those big projects. And for a decade in Georgia, we've been absent. We've been asleep at the wheel. No investment in transportation, preventing access to health care, cutting back on education. And that is a surefire way for our state. I believe that voters in Georgia are smart. I believe they're really smart. And you all might look back on the last decade of their voting history and say that's not true. You might argue with me on that. And I disagree. I think that the voters in Georgia are just like any 12 jurors who come into a courtroom and they want to make the right decision at the end of the day. The problem we've had in Georgia is that for a decade, we've only had one lawyer arguing the facts. Now, their facts have been wrong, but they've made a persuasive argument. It's time for us to stand up and argue our side of it. And if we do that loud enough and often enough, we will change this state. And we'll start in 2014. We'll start next year.